I'm going to get to you because I would like to hear UKIP policy on education, but I would like to second what Jerry said, which is that university can actually really round an individual. Me, myself, being a stand-up comedian, I completely cherish having the opportunity to have had a degree, and it definitely has informed my comedy, who I am as a person, and my outlook on life. You know, there aren't many comedians who would be chairing debates, but there's a reason why, because you get the chance to sort of expose yourself to different things if, by going to university. Brother, you have something to say?
Yeah, basically, I just want to say, I don't know who exactly said it, but someone said, oh yeah, Katia, she said something about, it depends on the course you're doing. And he said he didn't get anything until he started doing his master's a bit. Yeah, basically just, as we keep on moving on, as time goes on, people develop. It has gotten to a stage where like having a bachelor's degree is not really much of a big deal anymore, because a lot of people have it. So they want to get a job, you have to set yourself aside from the other people. But you have to remember you're not the only one applying for the job. Like I have a bachelor's degree in economics and psychology, but like if I still apply for a job, I'll probably still get turned down because there's someone there with a PhD. And obviously, me, I'll agree, yeah, fair enough. It's better than me.
Okay.
So basically, I feel like degree shouldn't be the only thing whereby people get jobs. There are certain companies whereby you go to, it's more about what you're capable of. They put you into the field. I say, okay, fine, you didn't go to school, but let's see if you're capable of actually giving us what we want. Because most of us, I've noticed that as time is moving on, most jobs are no longer paid. How many people go to university and end up doing what they studied in university?
I mean, obviously, for some professions, I'd like to believe my doctor did medicine, right? That's like a standard. But you know, for many jobs, you know, there are many people who did law who do investment banking now. There are many people who did history and they do consulting. So yeah, I understand your point. Get to you, brother.
I believe it's really important. Kai said the quality of the degree.
Yeah.
Because I come from.
Sorry. Can we just respect everyone when they have something to say? Okay.
I come from a background where 3 years ago, at the age of 16, 17, I was making £1,000 a week selling car finance. At the age of 16 or 17, I thought, why do I want to go to university? I don't want to go to university. A-level exams at the end of the year, I didn't even concentrate. And then in the summer, something clicked. My brother said a few things to me that made me realize maybe uni is the direction I need to go on to, because I was privately educated. My family spent 75 grand on my education, and they were happy that I was moving out of education. And plus the job I was in is commission based. It was selling car finance. It's not the most stable job in the world. And like, what happened was, now I'm studying financial accounting degree, accounting and finance, and it's each to their own really. It depends on what degree, what life choices you make, how much experience you want to get. And you can go anywhere in this world, you can do whatever you want, as long as you aspire high. Even if you fall off along the way, things happen. You fall off on a branch, you fall off somewhere, and you make something of your life.
Okay, well, one thing I'd like to say with you, before I get to Madame over here, is what would you then say, because, you know, I identify with you. I'm in a very privileged position. Not because my mom had the money to, but she took loans, she worked 2 jobs, broke her back to make sure I went to a private school as well. So I knew getting a degree was sort of like a next step. You kind of have to do it because, you know, you don't want to waste all that money that my mom has spent. But what would you say to somebody who hasn't had the same privilege that we've had, for example, and hasn't had that same outlook, but maybe does want to get a master's and doesn't have the money to go and get a master's, right? Are you saying then going to get a degree is therefore useless and they should just go into manual labor somewhere? Or are you saying that, you know, we need an overhaul of the educational system?
From the people that I know and what I've seen in my life is a positive attitude can get you far. So I know people who have come from really, really low backgrounds. I live in a town similar to Bradford, Oldham, where there's a majority of low-class individuals, and I've seen people with positive attitudes who have gone really, really far off nothing, literally nothing, who have gone really far. And I see people from really good, really big backgrounds who are actually drug addicts now because they had a negative attitude to life, and they had everything given to them on a plate. Parents had businesses that they could take over, but they just couldn't, they didn't want to take that on. They didn't have that positive attitude, that progressive attitude in life. And I believe that's the most important thing that we can instill in our children today.
So I'm going to go to sister here, and then I want to hear what the UK policy is.
With regards to the value of a degree in this current climate, I'm going to have to gloomily say I also feel that it's dependent on the university that you go on, that you go to.
That's touchy.
And I go to Bradford University too. I go to Bradford. Honestly, I feel like in Bradford, in universities that are not Russell Group, if you work really hard and you get your first class degree and you're determined, you will obviously, God willing, get a good job prospect in the future. As like Jimmy here has worked hard and he's got a job as he's graduated. But I feel that with other counterparts that I know that go to perhaps Oxford, because some of the girls that I went to school with, they got into Oxford, and they're so much more blasé about their future prospects, because somehow they have an alumni which helps them get further in life. So as I sit here, I'm working hard for my degree, whereas I know that if I leave here with a 2-1, I know I'll still have to have a lot of extracurricular things going on to even have an equal footing with someone that leaves Oxford with perhaps a 2-1.
Okay, very good point and very valid. Can I just quickly go to everybody here? Can I just check? Everyone here goes to Bradford University, right? Yeah. Cool. Okay, how many people here believe that their degree from Bradford University is in some way or the other a hindrance to their how easy their progress will be in life? 4 people. How many people feel like their degree is worth just as much as one from Oxford? Okay.
There needs to be rephrase that question.
Okay, how many? If it's not worth as much as Oxford, then it's a hindrance, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, we're breaking off again. Sorry guys, we're about to end this soon, so I need to really...
Just quickly, it's like Sister said before, with this,
Yeah.
it does actually depend on what the degree is. For example, with vocational degrees like medicine, pharmacy, etc., it's your qualification that actually gets you the job, not your degree. So I did a Master of Pharmacy degree, it's 4 years, it's 4 years across the country wherever you go. It doesn't matter about your degree, whether you got a first or you just passed, it's the same. It's your actual registration with the professional body, which is a separate exam altogether, that gets you the job. Without it, your degree is worthless. So it does depend on what your degree is, it doesn't matter where it's from.
Okay.
It depends on the next stage. So that's not the same, you can't unify. So my degree is worth a Manchester pharmacy degree, but a history degree might not be worth the same as lots of history degrees.
Okay, but what the point she was making though was that it's not just in the direct applicational situation. Sometimes it's to do with alumni network. Sometimes it's to do with connections and privilege that comes with going to prestigious universities. Would anyone here think that Bradford doesn't have the same standing and therefore would not bring about the same privilege?
Sorry, let me come in from the international perspective, international students.
Okay.
Like we